my name is Ruby Soho. I'm a professional wrestler here at All Elite Wrestling, and I'm here. I've been given the distinct honor to announce that Jay Shell here is going to be going to none other than Bentley University. Congratulations, my dear. Oh, it's awesome. I love it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to college.
So I took the overlay off and forgot that we would just be there, and I was like, well, I guess it makes sense, right? It works. I mean, it was pretty cool visual, at least. We shared the screen with Ruby Soho. Well, Oracle, you kind of did. You was kind of in a tough
well,
spot,
you know.
Right? Yeah, you get what you get. It's tough.
Yeah.
Jay Shell, congratulations. The floor is yours to elaborate as much as you would like to. Go ahead.
I'm going to college in Massachusetts. I'm going to be driving an hour if I want to come home, which is the best thing I've ever heard because I don't want to be home. So it's going to be great. Very excited. Obviously, we'll see how my transition ends up going and how much wrestling stuff I'll be doing. But we're going to use this from now on. This is going to be my tweet. This is my announcement tweet. Thank you for this, Jason. This was great. Also,
there you go.
She signed it to me. And she signed my belt, which they're not supposed to do, but she did it for me because I'm special.
Now, I said this to you, and I'm pretty sure you can confirm it. There's very few wrestlers with a reputation as pristine as Ruby, who is just considered to be the nicest person in wrestling. That was the case, right?
Yeah, she was so sweet. I walked up to her and she was like, "Oh my God, you're gorgeous. I love your outfit," which ended up being what Thunder Rosa also said to me, and I cried while I was at the show. It was amazing. Best time of my life. But Ruby was incredibly sweet. When we did that video, she was super excited to do it, and she was just nice the whole time. My mom loved her. We met Nyla and Vicky last time. Sorry, this is a shoot, but my mom did not like them as much. So apparently my mother is a Ruby fan.
She's just a warm personality. You can tell. I've never interacted with her, but yeah, it's very apparent. Oracle, how are you on this fabulous Thursday evening? Usually we're talking history on this night, right? But a little bit
sorry. I was looking like Cody Rhodes on his Raw return there with my head popping up out of the. Well, you know, I'm an avid reader, and no.
Oh my God, people probably aren't gonna. Okay.
Did you see the Bump recreated the ear gimmick? Did you see that?
Yes, it was very amusing.
Good for him, man. He's killing it.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
He's such a carny, and it's an absolutely outstanding. I don't care what anybody says.
It rules.
He's not really good. He's just a total carny, and it's tremendous.
But he's a great example and a reminder of perception is reality, right? Like he is a star.
Bob O'Neill.
Well, yeah, that's fair. That's kind of just the case across all families involved in this program.
That's accurate.
Yeah, that may actually be accurate in some cases. I don't know. Yeah,
I'm taking off my jacket to flex because I go to the gym now.
My God. Wow. Spent one night with the boys and all of a sudden he's in there slamming them back with the guys.
Oh,
right?
No, it was Jade. Jade did it to me.
Right. Yeah, the boy, I should be clear. The boys really just means wrestlers, right? It's sort of outdated vernacular now with women being the better part. Anyway.
You gonna get those glasses, Jay Shell?
I'm highly considering it. I saw them and I gotta find out where to get them.
Imagine I came on the show with those on.
Maybe we should find a way to get you some, Joe.
What if I just had ones that said The Grin?
They can probably make those.
Could you imagine?
I'm also gonna get did you guys see that blue jacket that Sasha Banks? Well, you guys don't watch Raw really, but yeah, I mean Sasha she had a blue fur coat on with the hood. I'm buying it. I already made my decision. I'm getting it.
Oh my God, there's a lot going on around here. All right, folks, we're here to about AEW Dynamite. If you haven't figured it out already, Jay Shell was at the program. She did not just sort of meet Ruby Soho on a whim and ask her to do that video.
I'm a Heels member now. Whatever that means.
Well, maybe you'll be the first one to figure it out. I'm just kidding. Hey now, it's a family show. So I think we're all pretty happy with Dynamite. I think it's going to be a pretty positive show. I'm sure there'll be some grimaces along the way, but I'm excited to talk about it. Let's get straight to business here. We're going order because I think there's enough to talk about that's worth doing that. Adam Cole, Bebe, they love starting this show with his theme, don't they? It's like their favourite opening to the show, which definitely is Oracle and I's favourite also. We get very excited. But
you
in
do?
this case, he wrestled Christian Cage, which I think Oracle and I could always make some time for. Jay Shell, he was as over as ever here, was Mr. Bay Bay, and they had a really nice opening match. What did you think? And then, kind of speak to the audience's reaction. Go ahead.
The way that the crowd reacted, sorry, I'm going to go the opposite because the crowd kind of influenced my reaction to the match. The way that the crowd reacted to the Bay Bay thing, I was like, what the hell is happening? Because last time I went, it was, I want to say October, and they just had him do the Elite thing, I want to say. Like the Ghostbusters thing, that was the Halloween edition. So they didn't really play that much of the song. So it was different, but this time the crowd was like super loud on their feet. It was very energetic. Like it's like right off the bat. That was a perfect way to open the show. I really liked the match. I think that the way that Christian worked this match, I was like, what the hell? When he did that like jump off the like top turn, I was like, what the man? You got years on your age, my dude. Is that okay for you to do? But it was really great. Christian just worked like a vet, and I think that's how he should have worked. And yeah, this worked for me.
He also took like the Cactus Jack bump over the steps at one point, which was interesting. I guess he wrestles so infrequently that he can do crazier stuff and be okay. Oracle, you and I love some Christian Cage. You say you even more so than I. What did you think of his effort with Old Bay Bay here?
Oh, this was great. Adam Cole's best match in AEW, pretty easily, in my opinion.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, maybe.
It's just the way, like, Cole was fine in it. He wasn't bad or anything. I just think when he has somebody who this is where my biases do come in. I think he it's kind of like he had this match with Ono a few years back in NXT that I loved.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 5 years ago now, actually. God, I can't believe it was that long ago. Where Cole was great in it, but he was with somebody who I think just knows how to put the match together so well. Christian just, in terms of his ability to put together counters and sequences and get kind of that crowd up and down and build the pace of a match, build the crescendo.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the all-time greats at it, honestly. But the match was excellent. Thought the finishing stretch was great. This was a big 2 thumbs up for me. Love this.
Is it fair to say that I don't think anyone would say that mechanically Cole is bad or
No.
So I think it's a case of when he wrestles a guy that we enjoy more from an ideas perspective. You talk about structure and placement, and I think we get more out of it than when he's leading the dance because I think I don't want to speak for you here, but for me anyway, like I find he's a little bit uninteresting when he's put in that position. So
I don't think he was calling the match here. That's what I'm
right.
I'm saying.
When
I don't know that
Christian-
for sure, but I'm pretty sure Christian was the one calling the match.
He's remarkably good as like babyface in ring, guiding it, and just with his selling.
I always love the he did it for the finish. The clap.
Oh yes.
We used to joke. My brother and I used to joke back in his ECW reign, which is now 13 years ago. Holy fuck.
He looks the same, bro.
I know. And we used to joke about like the clap. We would just like mock his clap, But because it would rule, but it was always like it was kind of his charm,
Yeah.
Because he always did it with like the same cadence and like same rhythm, and same motion. But yeah, this was really good. Christian Cage, man. I think you're right. I think if he if he were to work more frequently, I think maybe he wouldn't be doing leaping dives over the turnbuckle. But in this case, he did, and it ruled.
I will say that when he turns heel, which I think they pretty clearly plant some seeds here, and we'll get to that segment later. But I want to see him wrestle a little more regularly because, man, there's some baby faces I'd like to see this guy work on TV. It'll be really interesting. Okay, we all liked it. I think I liked it slightly less than the Oracle, but I did really like it a lot. I thought the first half I thought was solid. I thought then they kind of got going in the second, which is very, familiar with Christian, right? And the way he paces his match. He's not a guy who's going to go out there and leave nothing on the table. He's very, very restrained as a TV worker. That's why he's so great. So, big thumbs up the opening match. Crowd was red hot. This was the right place for it. Cole goes over. Post-match, we get some Red Dragon business. Babyface saved from the tag team champs. There was some extraordinary brawling with Bobby and Luchasaurus on the ramp. I mean, at one point, Bobby just did a forward roll at the top of the ramp. Jay Show, your hand is raised. Go ahead.
At the meet and greet with Ruby, there was also Orange Cassidy and then the tag team champions. And my mom doesn't like to watch wrestling much. She goes, "What the fuck is that?" and points at Luchasaurus. And I was like, "A dinosaur?" She goes, "Why is its shirt off?" And I was like, I can't answer these questions. And then he comes out on and does the run in. And my mom goes, "Look at your friend, Luchasaurus." I was like, "You cannot say those things, Mom."
Jim Ross goes, "The world's largest lizard."
I was thinking the same thing.
I wish you'd have answered that when your mom asked. That's the world's largest lizard.
Let me just say one thing. Can I say something?
Yes.
Notice that Jay Shaw always kindly puts her hand up, you know.
Yes.
Meanwhile, me, Shoot, Joe, just interrupting each other, and especially me, I got a thought in my head. Doesn't matter if someone's saying something serious or whatever. I just,
The thing is, it works too. It's like every time she does it, I feel the need to throw it to her, and we still just refuse to use that, right? Imagine the grim when we all did it.
Well, first of all, if we all did it, we'd be doing this. Oh God, okay, that looks so much problematic. I just realized. So,
but imagine Bobby. Bobby would just have his hands in his pockets. Anyway, so
it's my gimmick because I'm in school. That's why it works for me.
There you go. Hangman comes down eventually. And man, his confidence here was really striking. He went straight at Cole, challenged him to a Texas death match, trying to get his affairs in order, which was a threat of murder. There were more of those coming up in the program. This was our first. He was fired up. His delivery had a lot of confidence. Cole was selling. He was doing many faces. Oracle, your thoughts on this Hangman promo and what they set up with it? Go ahead.
I like this. I like the idea of like Hangman and his match being okay. Sorry, the chat's making me laugh. But dangerously close to working in NXT. Very funny, Reese. I like the Texas Death Match being his sort of match. But as people did point out on the timeline, that's not really a Texas. It's really a last man standing match. The Texas Death Match is not what he's working.
Yeah.
I wish they would just call it the last man stand, but they don't. I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, for somebody who's supposed to be a big mark for the old school wrestling, Tony Khan doesn't know what a Texas Death Match is.
Do you not think there's a chance he knows that step's rough, man? Like the pin.
It is.
Count?
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
I just call it last man standing match.
Yeah, it's fair.
Because it's two. The rules are too different to not just label it as such. I know it's a small minor thing, but
I get you.
Yeah,
Luckily, they run Texas every 2 weeks, so they can run a lot of these.
Right, exactly. They run Texas as much as WCW ran the Carolinas.
Factual. It's really interesting to watch it. Like when he said we're in Texas, I was like, really? My God, again? Okay, fair.
The best part is they're going back to DFW, where Mania was.
Yes, it's interesting. Chat, before I throw to Jay Shell here, put your prediction for this match because my next question is going to be, who we think there's any chance of a title change here. Chat, put your Hangman or Cole, put it in the chat there. Jay Shell, what do you think of this promo with Hangman?
I thought that this was a very strong and confident, like you said, promo from Hangman. He came out and was immediately authoritative, and that was very interesting to me. I don't know how Cole is going to do in this match. Jesus Christ, I'm going to say a prayer because I don't know. I like that I like that Hangman has like his kind of gimmicky matches or whatever, and it's like the Texas Death Match thing. I guess now that's going to be the thing for his reign.
Yeah.
I just don't know if Cole is the right person to do it with, but I guess we'll see.
Not one person in the chat has picked Cole. I was interested because I saw some talk on Twitter. I think we're all pretty locked in on Hangman winning, right?
Mm-hmm.
To piggyback on Jay Shell's point there, a good one, because Cole's kind of stylistic preferences tell me this will be more plunder than it will be violent brawl. And that's a shame. Hopefully I'm wrong. His lights out match wasn't exactly what you would ask for from that kind of match, right? Of course, that was also the night where I burnt the territory down. And we're still rebuilding it day by day. So hopefully it goes better than that.
If you like violence, watch Mox versus Yuta.
I've heard. Yeah, I can't wait. You can see our take on that on the Late Night Grin tomorrow night. LateNightGrin.com, folks. You can sign up for just $1. Good job, Jay Shell. Very good. Okay. Up next, we get a video package of the close of Ring of Honor, which was weird in itself. And then they took a arena shot, and Joe's new theme started playing, which I'm in the middle on. You know, like it's cool. It doesn't quite have enough bass. Like Joe, it's hard after the WWE theme was so great. It's difficult, but they tried their best. You could tell the audience didn't fully know that was Joe's theme, right? It's like his theme started playing, and people kind of stood up, and some of them knew. And then he appeared in like the what do you call it? What's the thing called? You know, the walkway. What's the entrance gimmick called? The tunnel. The tunnel.
There you go.
He appeared, and the place fucking just came up, and JR popped huge. He was so excited. And
wrestler I like. Oh.
There you go. Exactly. And we've talked about this. On the Green Grappler, Joe is probably the most visible. Chat answering tunnel for me, rules. The chat, what the fuck, the chat? Joe's one of the more visible wrestlers ever in terms of how much he's like motivated by a hot crowd. Like you can see his energy go through the gears, and that was very much the case here. He had that old familiar swagger back, and he was fired up. Max came out and did his round, and he killed Max. Man, I thought they were going to go about 6. They went like 2, 3 maybe. Max got like 1 cut off through 3 punches and a chop and just pissed him off more. It was a scene. Joe was over as huge as you'd expect, maybe even more so. He did a tope. He did all the signature stuff. He looked pretty good. He's bigger than he was 15 years ago, but I do think he's in better shape than he was in the NXT run we just saw. Make it out what you will. There was, of course, also Jay Shell has done the great job of giving us the GIF here, an extraordinary moment in professional wrestling history that we'll remember forever. We really was having fun out there. It was very, very, very visible that, he was excited to be back wrestling. Jay Shell, we just talked about his reaction to the hot, crowd. Feel like you guys were having a lot of fun seeing Samoa Joe wrestle. That was the case, huh?
Oh yeah, it was so much fun. Immediately when Joe came out, everybody was chanting Joe, and I was like, "This is so much fun." The thing that happened with Max was like, I posted it on Twitter when they came out. My dream is to scissor the Acclaimed. I was like, I'm gonna scissor everybody next to me, and I was sitting next to these 2 guys who, they didn't know as much wrestling as me, but I tried to scissor them, and they didn't know what was happening. So they just were like staring at me like I was crazy. I was like, "Do you want a scissor?" And then it was just, it just did not go very well. Eventually, I ended up doing it, but yeah, it was not a good experience doing that, but it was funny at least. The match was hilarious. When he started dancing, I started dying laughing. It was an experience. My mom, I was like, because my mom was saying, wrestling isn't real. The fighting is fake. I was like, Mom, you watch Samoa Joe fight, and then you tell me if it's fake or not. And he's throwing punches. She goes, fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Like she's shaking her head. So
dude's punches are snug. Out of interest, when you approach someone to, I'll use your words, I'll just say scissor. Do you go are you like this, or do you go straight down? How do you do that?
I go sideways like this.
So it could have just looked like you were kind of giving a peace sign.
Yeah, but
yeah,
they were scissoring on the stage. They were doing this on the stage. So
yeah,
I don't know. I thought,
understand.
I was trying to get engaged with the people around me. My dream is to get My dream is to do this action with the Acclaimed. I'm not gonna say anymore because
It's too late. It's way too
No,
late.
I did not say the exact words in the line of the Acclaimed. So
Well,
my goal is to do this with the Acclaimed.
maybe only 3 times you said it. It's fine. It's right. It's good. You stopped yourself on the 4th. The
I
Oracle.
said it with other people,
Yes.
not with the Acclaimed, so it's fine.
Well, we have to review the footage on that one. The Oracle of Wrestling. I know you had your concerns, and this can only silence so many with it being so short. But offensively, at least, Joe looks like he's still got some gas in the tank, right?
Yeah, he looked great here. The best he's looked in probably about 5 years. Well, maybe not 5, maybe 4. But so yeah, I mean, this was great. The whole presentation was great. Crowd was super insane. Good job, Jay Shell. And so they, I mean, it was a really good first match for him. I'm excited to see what else he can do. I think this was a really good sign. His motivation is there, which is key with him.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure. Well, you know what? Let's be honest. He's not going to go out there and wrestle every week. I think he'll probably wrestle a few times a month on TV.
Yeah, I agree.
Do that, right? But it'll be interesting to see the length of his matches and stuff. The big test is, can Samoa Joe go 20, 30 minutes? I don't think so either.
Are we expecting that from him?
I don't think they should have him go 20 or 30 minutes because I think that might be a mistake.
Shouldn't be his role anymore, man.
Right. 15
How
or
old is
15,
that man?
43.
42, 43?
Just turned 43, yeah. So, yeah.
Injuries have really piled up on him for
the
last several years, which I think is a bigger factor more than anything.
For sure. But I do think, and I said this to you before, I think it's a positive that our main concerns are his gas tank rather than his stuff just looking like shit. Does that make sense? Because we've both seen wrestlers get to a point in their career where their stuff just doesn't look good anymore. Joe certainly isn't a case of that. We're just a little worried about. And look, man, maybe he'll get in rhythm and he'll get in ring shape and it will help him. Sure. That could help too because this was his second match in 2 years. It's hard to know, but I do think it's pretty clear there's going to be some value here. Right, even if he ends up in a tag team of some kind with another, familiar face or legend, whatever it may be, there's a role for Joe. It feels like it's fair to say, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he's like I said, he looked outstanding, and there's certain keys to presentation, and things you could do to protect that gas tank. That I think hopefully that they do, but otherwise, I'm pretty much all in.
Yeah, it should be exciting. This was really fun to see him get this reaction after a really weird couple of years. I'm assuming he'll do one of the big, podcasts and talk about it a little bit. He may not say anything. I don't think it matters necessarily what happened with him in WWE. It's just I've said it before. I'll say it again. And Jay Show was there for the evidence. There are a few wrestlers as just unanimously loved by wrestling fans as Samoa Joe. People just love chanting that dude's name, chanting Joe's going to kill you. They have fun with it. He's a presence. Post-match, Jay Lethal and Sonjay. Sonjay, I guess, is going to be his manager now. He has a pencil on his ear. They're going to do some sort of welcoming next week. I mean, I assume this will be Joe's first feud, I guess. I mean, Jay Lethal, comes with his problems, but I do understand the idea of his familiar opponent that's not going to hurt Joe, so I get it, I very much look forward to reviewing that match on Rampage and pretending I like it in the coming weeks. Up next, Blackpool Combat Club. Regal was on one here, wasn't he? My God, man.
I didn't hear this.
Did they not play this in between the shows?
No, I think they played it at the end, but no audio.
Okay, well, that's interesting.
Is that because of the Eddie Kingston thing?
Oh, that
might be. I'm not sure.
That's one of the all-time great little moments on TV.
Yes, it ruled. Yeah, that whole thing. We got to lock in on that when time comes. Okay, Oracle, I'll approach just to you then. Thoughts on this Mox Regal promo, pal?
Yeah, Regal did one of his like crazy eye promos where he yelled and talked about Brian and said that Yuta is gonna have to go through Moxley and all this other stuff, and it ruled. I'm not really going through, but I don't know. It was just like the whole vibe ruled.
Yeah, he has that version of his promo where he gets like real aggressive and kind of weird and nuts. It rules. And then
Why are
Mox
you
followed
guys
it up.
talking about nuts in the chat? What is happening?
What he said.
Yeah, he said he's off his nut.
Oh,
Off his fucking nuts, he is.
oh.
He didn't say that, but he should have. Imagine he did say that, and they just like he just went full Brit off his fucking nut.
Remember when Moxley told that fucking piece of shit to get out of whatever he said on live mic?
Yeah, that ruled. Yeah, he's the man. Yeah, what did he say? Get that piece of shit out. No, what he said?
Fuck you, you piece of shit, or something.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, there you go. Ruled. I need to listen to this. Reeg's on the old unrestricted gimmick. That should be fun. Okay. Sean Spears versus Sean Dean, which effectively translated to more Wardlow. Dude, Wardlow eviscerated those local guys that were doing
Those
security.
are my friends too. It was hilarious.
Did you see some of the bumps?
I texted the guy who took the railing bump.
Oh,
It's Jalen. It's Jalen, and he's part of Waves and Curls. One of my friends in the local scene, and I was like, "I will see you guys tonight." And he was like, "We're not on dark." I was like, "What does that mean? What does that mean? You're not on dark? What does that mean?" And then I see that I'm like, "Oh, that's what that means."
lucky to be alive after that. That was terrifying. The locker room one that Chris brings up where he slammed the guy's head, he threw a couple. Good lord, the physicality on this was great. And what I love most, how cool did Wardlow come across when Spears got rolled up? And he just like blew him a kiss, smiling. He was like, "You can take me now. I've done my job here." That ruled, man. Love that whole deal. I love that they now chant Wardlow like Goldberg. That's like the way they chant it, which pops me. Jay Shell, I'm sure when you saw this match announced, she was really excited. But in the end, it was worthwhile, right? With the Wardlow
I was actually
business.
excited.
Oh wow! Okay,
I love Sean Dean. No, Sean Dean's like another one of my dads. So while the match was happening, I was sending him pictures of the match to him. It was great. I honestly thought that Spears was just going to get the win and that was going to be it. And then Wardlow was going to come out after or something like that. But Sean Dean, that was hilarious. Yeah, Wardlow, the whole crowd, because we could tell that they were like setting up to have an entrance for him or something like that. But the way that they were like showing it was like we didn't know who it was or whatever. Like we didn't know where he was coming from. So that was kind of cool. Yeah. R.I.P. Jalen. I hope you're okay. I should probably send him a text.
It felt to me like you guys in the building struggled to like reach this same level of excitement until the main event. After this, you'd had like Adam Cole, Samoa Joe, Wardlow, like these big reactions. And after this, I thought it was pretty clear that you guys was a little bit, you was already a little tired. It felt that way. Was that the case in the building, or am I?
No, that makes sense. Especially even after the main event, we were tired for some of the matches. Like the first match on Rampage, I mean, the order doesn't really matter. It was Trent and Bryan. Yeah. And the match was pretty good, but the crowd was pretty dead unless Bryan was like kicking his head in or we were doing the yes chants. Mm-hmm. So it was like only those two things. And then the crowd got hot again for Willow and stayed very, very hot for Mox and Yuta.
Okay. That's going to be very interesting to see because there's been some hype. Oracle, thoughts on this match? Basically an angle. Continuation of the Wardlow story.
Oh, yeah, it was really good. I like how, like...
Oh, my God.
They do, like, different ways for Wardlow to get into the building. Mm-hmm. And, that one dude that got thrown to the fucking barricade. Listen, man. That was insane. Even I was like, holy shit. Because, like, usually you see these guys get, like, thrown. Yeah. Like, I've seen Brock or whoever throw people up against. Like, I mean, look, they're big bumps, right? But it's like, okay, you know.
Yes.
When this dude literally 100%. Got, like, choke gored through a fucking, railing. I was like, Jesus.
He got like a running start too. Like he got him and just sort of charged. I was like, where the fuck is he going?
This was hilarious. They made the lights go black. Everyone was so confused. We were like, oh, was Darby coming out or something like that? Like, is somebody coming out?
Oh, that
It's
rules.
fucking Sean Spears. We see him walk out with his chair, and we're like, "Oh my fucking
You know what
god!"
rules about that most? That could have been Sting, Darby, or Malachi Black, and Shoot would have preferred
I
it with
thought it
Sean
was House
Spears.
of Black.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, House of Black," and I was like, "No, Sean Spears."
If Shoot was sitting next to you and you were disappointed when it was Spears, he'd have been like, "Yeah, a real wrestler."
I actually kind of like Spears. I wasn't super disappointed. I just think it's very, very odd that
Yeah,
he
it's
wears a
funny.
do-rag. He wears a fucking do-rag to the ring and doesn't tie it. What the fuck is that? Who gave you a black card, my G? What the hell?
Not my question to answer. Not his either, I don't think. This Wardlow stuff's getting over, huh? It's going well. I'm very intrigued by what the eventual match looks like at Double or Nothing. I assume Double or Nothing, right? Feels like it. So it'll be very, very interesting. It's working a treat so far. The Pinnacle kind of falling apart just by Wardlow's presence almost, which is awesome. Anyway, the Best Friends did a look at Wyatt Todd's comment. The Best Friends did a promo. Trent still hates Utah. This stuff's fine. I'm looking forward to the eventual Trent Utah match because that'll be very, very good. Okay, Oracle, we're at our segment here. Ready? Eddie Kingston is fighting alongside Santana and Ortiz against Jericho Appreciation Society. He then disappears from the scene. Santana and Ortiz look like this, like as if to kind of make way for him, like he was coming through in a car or something, and he just charged through with a TV monitor. He threw it. It's smashed.
They can't have long tails. I'll get a do-rag at the end of the show to show you guys what a do-rag looks like because I have them in my house and it looks exactly like what he has. Sorry.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to get the example. It's fine. Well, we can. Anyway, so he throws this TV, this monitor gimmick, and like it smashes, and he's in front of both Santana and Ortiz now. Then they chase after Jericho's getaway car, and Eddie is about 10 seconds behind Santana and Ortiz.
What was the point of him running?
He's just Eddie, man. I don't know. He got fired out. He got a TV monitor. Oracle, this is the kind of like weird pops that you and I live for in wrestling. Like stuff that will be ultimately forgotten completely, but just is fun in the moment. Just a different way of doing an easy angle. God, this ruled, didn't it? This little scene we got here.
Yeah, he picked up a TV and threw it, man.
Fast, man.
That rules. I also like the part where I just started laughing because like Jake Hager was like, going out there and like directing traffic. It was very amusing to me. He's like, Jake Hager's very funny, unintentionally.
Yeah.
So like it's just funny to see him. I just laugh. I mean, he sucks.
Yeah.
But,
Sure, it's fine.
yeah.
So they went to the announcers. So, Jay Shaw, did you see this in the arena? This video?
We saw it. We didn't hear anything, but we just saw them like.
Oh, because you guys reacted to this actually, from what I remember. I remember you guys popping for the TV spot. It sounded like there was an actual audible reaction in the arena.
Yeah.
So they cut to the announce booth, and then they just charged out. The babyfaces came out. They took the ring and they cut a babyface promo, and it was really well executed because it's terribly phony for Eddie Kingston, Santana and Ortiz to have a talking segment booked into the format, right? The way that a Jericho does. That doesn't fit their vibe at all. They're supposed to be a contrast to sports entertainers. This was a really good way to give them that without kind of taking away the authenticity of these characters. I thought it was very, very smartly executed. Jay Shell, how did the segment come out live? And, moreover, just your thoughts on the general approach of how they did this in-ring promo.
Yeah, I was very upset because I love Eddie's theme song, but they played at the end, so it was fine. But it makes more sense that they didn't play it. But Eddie's promo came across very well. Santana and Ortiz kind of struggled to not get the crowd with their mic stuff, but I don't know. It didn't seem like the crowd was as interested when they were talking, which I feel like isn't their fault. I feel like it's more of the crowd just knowing Eddie more. But, I hope that changes. I hope we just get somewhere with this already because I need Santana Ortiz to get into like a title program or something like that because it seems like FTR just skipped them in the line and I don't know how I feel about that too much.
Yeah, I get that for sure. It's felt like they've been owed a title run for a while.
Yeah.
I think it's at least good that they're kind of they're involved now regularly. There was a time where, as fans of theirs, we didn't know if we were going to see them on TV, right? And now at least it
Yeah.
feels like they're in the, and especially because they're alongside a guy who fits them a lot better than Jericho ever did, right? So
1,000%.
there's a lot to this. I actually think this is a good point by Adam Cole. The Santana's a great promo. I thought his content was a little light this time. It was very short, so it wasn't anything bad or anything. Just it was a little light, I thought, on content, which is difficult when you're following Eddie, who will take one phrase and like turn it into a full promo, right? I mean, he actually threatened to break into Daniel Garcia's house in this promo.
I love that.
Yeah,
it's great because they're both from New York, so it worked for me.
Yeah, I don't know if he formally threatened murder, but it certainly felt like he was suggesting it.
It's assault.
Yeah. Oracle, what did you think of the group promo we got here, pal?
I was ordering my dinner. I apologize.
That's okay.
But I like the part at the end.
Hold on. They should know. They should know. I did not see a lot of people that would have understood, but they should have known.
Tell you what, a lot of people in Knoxville, Tennessee, don't know what on-site means. I actually did, but I've watched enough wrestling promos to,
fair,
get the gist. But my favorite part is when Eddie said he's gonna whoop ass like Junkyard Dog and Butch Reed is that what he said?
Mm.
And it popped me, and then JR goes, "Oh yeah, that's ass whooping right there." Because JR was out there calling these JYD Butch Reed matches back in 1984 or whatever. So that popped JR huge.
JR was like, wait, one of the 5 wrestlers I like talking about old wrestlers I like. This rules. Okay, that's tremendous.
Who are JR's 5 favorite wrestlers? Eddie, Punk.
Jericho, he loves Darby. I think Darby pops him.
Yeah, Darby. Daniel.
Mox. Blue-Eyed Battler, John Moxley.
Yeah.
Loves him some Blue-Eyed Battler. To be honest, he actually likes most of the roster. I think there's a couple of guys that he rolls his eyes, but it's just you can tell when he's more into it. You noticed it with Joe, right? Like you could see he was someone that he admired. I actually thought he was really good on last night's show. Like unironically good. I thought Joe was really good. So.
There's somebody he absolutely hates. Who does he hate? Oh my god, I can't think of it.
Well, I mean, I don't think he's a big Dan Housen fan.
It might be that one, yeah.
Somebody highlight Joe's last comment.
This one?
Okay. No.
Phoenix.
Not that one. The one before.
Oh, the one before? Oh my god,
I'm talking about Oracle understanding words because of wrestling promos rules.
There you go.
Okay.
Yes.
This is actually true. I've learned cities, states, vocabulary from wrestling. I mean, like Foley and Jericho and some of the words they would use in their promos, I would figure like, because I remember when Jericho used to call people sycophants in his like 2008-2010 run.
Mm-hmm.
And like I figured it out just like through like context over time what it was. And it was just it was just weird because I was just like,
this is questionable.
Well, was you aware, Oracle, at the time that he was channeling Nick Botwinkle? Did you need him to say it on every podcast he ever did after that to know that he was channeling Nick Botwinkle? Did you know or not? When he was saying sycophants and being a heel.
Oh, I don't think I would have noticed that until because back then that was when I was in high school. I wouldn't have known that until like when I was in college when I watched AWA stuff.
I was just wondering because he certainly made that point pretty repetitively through the years.
Shit! I gotta finish ordering my food. Continue.
Okay. Jade Cargill promo. Jay Shell talk about this as much or as little as you would like to while Oracle orders his food. Go ahead.
I was not allowed in the baddie section because I'm not 18, when in all reality, all that they said was that they're baddies and they're confident in themselves, which immediately made me want to go. But I love Jade, so I can't do that to her. But this promo was good. Would I have liked to be on screen? Yes. Will I be on screen next time they're there? I will make it happen for sure. I did see Jade, though, while she was getting on the bus, and we waved to each other, and that was nice. So me and Jade are now real life friends, and that's my favorite part. And also, me and Jade were wearing the same pants, so that was cool.
That sounds uncomfortable. With only 2 legs, that's difficult.
Joseph.
Did she ask about the late night grin? Did she ask about Bob?
No.
I've heard, and I know Oracle has too, that she's a pretty big fan of Bob's. So I'm not sure if you're telling the truth here, Tricia, but I mean, it's fine. I was a good promo. I thought this was the best one she's done, especially live, certainly.
Tony,
Thanks.
cut the shit.
Thanks, Dukes. I appreciate love on that one. I thought it was pretty good too. It was good. Her delivery was good. I think the cut the shit line could probably be done once every 2 weeks rather than once a week.
Oh, no, I want it once a week. Tony, cut the shit.
Well, there you go. I've been owned. Oracle, this was a sign of pretty noticeable improvement on the confidence side of things, right? Like,
Yeah, I think so.
it's a thing that's happening in front of her eyes. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's one of the most confident performers, and feels like, I mean, she's you know what's funny? I was literally about to say that, but I thought it would be weird to, like, Joe's over here praising Jade Cargill, and then I go, Joe, cut the shit, like I don't like her. So that would have been pretty funny. Jay Shell would have ripped into me for that. No, she's really good. Is she still green in the ring? Yeah, but she's getting better.
Right.
She's figuring things out. You can see it just by watching the matches. Her promos and her presence and just like the way she carries herself, she's almost got that to like 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's very close. Yes, Jay Shell.
When do we get rid of Mark Sterling?
I agree with that. I think we get rid of him by All Out. I know that's a ways away, but give Jade a little bit more time to get better, a little bit better in the ring. Her presence and her promos, she's pretty much nailing that. She's close to almost perfection at this point. A few more months, and then I'm with you. She can be on her own.
Until she gets me. She's good until she gets me.
Right. That'll be interesting. Your segments with Britt will be a real sight to see. I'll leave that there. And I'll proceed with AEW Dynamite. MJF Sean Spears promo.
Oh my god, I'm gonna go. Never mind. I'm gonna take Soul's line.
They set up MJF and Sean Dean for next week.
Boy, did I spend a lot of money today. Wow. Sorry.
Well, house is going to be up this month. I think we'll be able to get another couple properties for us.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
We're playing Monopoly.
Just gas. Woo, buddy. Let me tell you. Sorry. Anyways, continue. I'm thinking about it because did I get it? Boy, that Uber Eats was not cheap. Okay, go ahead.
The delivery price kicks the shit out.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
Like you get those deals
with the gas prices, right? So
leave in the comments who you guys want to see me cut promos on. Do it.
It's like 50% off on Uber Eats. You all fired up and pump your fist, and by the time they had all the fees on top, it's like, well, I mean, I'm just spending the exact same amount of money I would have been with.
Exactly.
I had the Dash Pass, and I was like, oh, that's gonna save me money.
Yeah, owned. Anything on this MJF promo, Oracle?
I like the part where he referenced Eddie in the TV. I like that stuff because a lot of times WWE's main issue nowadays is they used to be really good about it through most of the Attitude Era before, but they were good about like referencing like other things like
so it's connected.
Too much now WWE, everybody's in their own universe, and like nothing else exists within the universe of the actual story. It's so stupid.
Shame.
It's like, come on, like this is I don't know. That always bugs me. Like this, that was actually my favorite part of the whole promo was that he referenced
Mm-hmm.
another sort of. He referenced that like.
Yeah. Did you see Regal's
There you
little
go.
nod to it?
Dukes used the word there.
Did you see Regal before he cut his promo when Tony was introing it? He looked at the monitor and put like his arm on the bit was broke, like as if to say,
Yeah.
"What's going on here?" Like you're right. That stuff it makes you feel connected. It makes you feel like it's one single universe rather than just this weird kind of smorgasbord of feuds and rivalries and stuff. I agree. Jay,
When
did
was
you know?
Sammy's picture-in-picture thing?
Right, I don't know when it was. This about now.
Mhm.
Like you will never know. You will, Jay, because you were there. But those of you watching on American TV will never know what it's like when that comes up on Fight. And there's no audio other than just him, like the crowd reacting. They booed.
If I have to listen to
I
this
love that.
if I have to listen to "Here Comes Peter Cottontail" Easter commercial anymore for the last 2 fucking weeks, I've had to listen to this godforsaken Easter commercial where everybody's having their Easter family dinner. Look, I'm going to see my folks. I'm going to my folks next weekend for Easter dinner when I'm not, whatever. But look, if I have to see this stupid ass commercial for the next 9 days, let's be honest. I'm going to be happy. It's going to happen. Have you seen this, Jay Shell?
No, I don't
No.
believe I have.
No.
Should I Google it?
God, I don't know. I'm afraid you'd play the clip or something.
Okay, look, can I address the heels comments because I have some insider information?
Yes.
Yeah, go
It's
ahead.
no breaking news. Don't play the clip. But on Rampage, there is a taste of them turning heel more so. You'll see it when you watch it, but they definitely are starting to turn heel. Sammy did get a little bit of a pop, but once Ty came out, it was kind of like, and then when they kissed, everybody was like, "No, please stop."
It was noticeable in the picture-in-picture segment that you guys booed when they kissed, and at the end, big part of the problem was the content on the signs was terrible.
They American plop team.
Yeah, and it was the American Talk team, American Walk team. It's like, what? This stuff sucks.
Listen, do you know how much of that I paid attention to when I saw him come out with the signs? Do you know what I did?
There's not a number on the scale low enough, is there? There's not a number on the scale low enough.
I gave no fire. I was like, nope. Yeah,
this was actually good. They ribbed him once on this. I remember this too. They told him like you got 30 seconds and then you finished, and they're like, oh no, you've still got another 30 seconds. Finish it. It was fun. I don't know.
Sammy's the worst pillar, and that's my take.
Man, I don't even dislike him. I know, Oracle, you've never been a fan. This stuff's not good. And it's killing, like, the thing that bums me out is Ty was she was getting over as a babyface, and I feel like they've completely eviscerated that. So, I don't know. It's a shame. Okay. Where are we at? Okay, this was the biggest negative for the night for me. I have to be totally transparent. I thought this was a really great show, but this was a massive miss. Butcher and the Blade versus the Hardys. I adore the Butcher and the Blade, and I think anyone that watches my content and our content knows that I love these guys. I thought this was bordering on like a disaster.
Me with most men.
Yeah, but the problem is when he doesn't speak, he does the cards. That's worse. I'd rather he just talk.
Well, he talks on Rampage, and it made me want to go la 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 la.
Fair. This was
Oh, winner, chicken dinner.
I agree.
This was bad, unfortunately. There was confusion about the rules, both in the building and in the announce booth and at home. There was a just general lack of motion. It doesn't have to be a pretty match. It could be a mess and be chaotic and wild, but there wasn't any of that. It was just kind of like it was slow moving without any rhyme or reason. It was just not any. It didn't connect. It was a strange match. Did nothing for me, unfortunately. I have genuine concerns about the Hardys. I really do, and I need to beat that drum off more often than I already have. But I thought it was a really weak Dynamite match. I just pulled up the cage match because to see if I was on an island. The match has got right now a 3.61 out of 10, which for a 12-minute match on Dynamite is low. Jay Shell, how did this go? And I talked to you a little bit. I was messaging you a little bit about like the confusion. How did this come across live?
everybody in my section was just kind of confused. Like we were all trying to talk to each other to kind of understand the rules, because they kind of announced the elimination thing, but nobody heard it, and nobody understood that Jeff was eliminated, especially because he came right back in the match, and then we were like, "What the fuck is happening?" So we all kind of just thought that he was hurt, but then he came back, and I was like, "Why is this man about to do a fucking flip off the ladder? What the hell is happening right now?" And the crowd was pretty much dead until they brought the ladder out. So they should have just did a ladder match or something. I don't know.
Okay. Can I put my effort and try to explain the rules and why they did it poorly?
Yes, please, Excalibur.
Thank you. I'll go wear my mask now.
Oh my god.
You ever seen the Dudleys Hardys from Royal Rumble 2000?
Mm-hmm.
Great match. That's the same thing they worked here. I think it's a superior way of working a tables match, personally. But the problem is the wrestlers didn't understand the rules and forgot about them. Here are the rules of this tables match. First of all, the match was bad. It was not good. And I'm not sure of them understanding. I think if they understood the rules better, I think it would have been better. But here's what it is. The Dudleys and Hardys from Rumble 2000. It is an elimination match. However, the rule is you have to put both opponents through a table with an offensive maneuver. They're not eliminated.
Yeah. Yes.
You just have to put both opponents through a table.
Yes.
With an offensive maneuver. Because if I remember correctly, in that tables match at Rumble 2000, Matt got put for like 2 tables or whatever. Yeah. But the only one counted. You just have to put both opponents through a table. They didn't. The way they were, they made it way more confusing the way that they worked it. They did not do that.
The Butcher and the Blade did not seem to take it as eliminate because Butcher never left the equation. So I think he was aware of that.
Right.
So maybe Jeff was hurt. Jay Shaw, what you going to say? I'm sorry.
Do you guys remember like there was a Divas match where it was a tables match and the first person to go through the table won? Do you guys remember that at all? That was a different type of tables match.
The one with Lake Hall?
Yeah, and Beth Phoenix and Natty, and it was just the first person to go through the table. That's what I was expecting to happen. Well, then everybody was going to the tables. I was like, what the hell?
Yep.
There was definitely a problem.
Chris is right. Highlight Chris's comment because that's correct.
Elimination was the wrong word to use, yeah. I think the other problem was because of that, here's the issue. The first table break was kind of a weird grey area. So the people in the building, Joshua, and you can coach on this, but you kind of messaged me this like, you guys didn't know if something had gone wrong because the table didn't really break on the it sort of scored, right? Yeah. It was weird. I actually had high hopes. I love the Butcher and Blade. I'm going to be completely transparent. I think, and look, you can laugh at me, you can dunk on me because I'm the guy who's here to watch Samoa Joe. I get it. I don't know how much you're going to get out of this Hardy's run. I'll be completely transparent. The lack of motion in these matches is really kind of it's tough.
Owen's comment made me laugh. Sorry.
It's fun. It was like you were laughing at them being washed. That was a little mean. I can actually see oracles.
Do spots and call it a day, and that needs to be it. But
do you not worry about
it's not happening?
Do you not think it's kind of alarming that more and more Jeff's relying on stunts when as he gets older you'd hope it'd be the opposite?
It's very alarming. Also, have you seen how Matt moves? That man barely walks.
Yeah, it's just tight.
Oh yeah. There was no Darby too. I was very confused about that.
It worries me because it's like he looks like he's in agony, and the only way he really gets the people is by doing the crazy shit at this point. And 2 weeks ago he did a balcony one, or whatever.
They looked in pain this whole match, didn't they?
Dude, honestly,
it was actually a little bit uncomfortable to watch. Like they literally
honestly,
yeah. And listen, I'm someone who likes old guys doing crazy shit or whatever, but they look like they were having a rough time out there.
It's tough,
yeah, it was rough.
But I don't know what the alternative is, right? I guess
they need to just wrestle like Sting's schedule. I'd say.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
A lot less. Or even
I think both guys are good enough workers to know how to work like a grappling sort of occasionally throw in one or two. Obviously they're the Hardys. You want to hit some high spots. But Swanton bombs where it looked like Jeff was gonna a lot of his top 15-foot ladder swantons have been scary, right?
Yeah, but
But I mean,
this
it's
was
just,
different.
yeah, this one felt like he was just hoping he could rotate over. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, it could have been a footing thing on the ladder or whatever, but
I don't know,
yeah,
man.
it was rough.
I think it's like, this is going to sound dismissive, but I mean it with love. It was 5 years ago they came back at Mania and had like the nostalgia WWF run.
Which was
like,
great. I was there live. It was incredible.
Right. It was 5 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. It's tough. It's difficult. I hope that things get, I will say part of it is, like, this feud needs to go through the gears. Like, you've done like 3 versions of this match now. And it feels like every week Andrade comes out with the members of his faction that didn't get beat, and then they get run off by Sting or Darby, and it's like, but what's left to do in the feud? He's wrestled Darby. They did an 8-man. They did the tag with the Private Party. They did a tag with the Bushman. But can it end now?
It's time to. Well, there are sometimes these feuds, and listen, both companies. It's different in AEW. Okay, it's different because WWE will go. They'll build a program. They'll have a 4-month program where they have 7 matches on TV and then 4 pay-per-view matches. 7 matches on TV in a month, 4 pay-per-view matches, and then you get like 38 matches total.
Yeah.
But it's still a problem even in AEW where they have like a 5-week feud where they wrestle 10 or 12
combinations. Yeah. Yeah.
Andrade wears a suit all the time.
He's very handsome.
Walking into the arena, he was wearing a suit.
He's a handsome devil, but I need this thing to get some new chapters rather than just feels like we're on doing a cycle. I don't know what's.
Yeah.
I honestly,
can we just do the Andrade and Matt Hardy blow off or whatever?
Maybe this is going to be blood and guts.
Jeff or whatever.
Do you think this could be blood and guts, and we're all wrong thinking it's Jericho's thing?
Oh man, could you imagine?
Fuck
I'd
that
rather
shit.
not.
Although
I'm sure.
Darby would be incredible in it.
Yes, Darby would be.
And I think Andrade would be amazing in it too.
Dude, that Darby team would be nuts though.
Yeah.
But who would be in second?
Sting.
Oh God. Probably Jeff, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow. Adam Cole
Have you
just
seen how
lashed out.
Jeff hits the swantons now? He looks like he's putting like the full load on the guy. That does not look good.
Oh, the one he hit on who was
Cassidy.
it? Yeah. That was like brutal.
It made me feel like Willow's moonsault from Ring of Honor.
Oh, that was Paul Mercedes.
She had a better one. She missed Velvet. Sorry, it's not a big spoiler. She missed Velvet in the moonsault, but it was a lot better. Yeah.
It could be Stadium Stand, but that's a pretty good call by Evan.
That's
we'll
cinematic, so
yeah, we'll see. That sounds like a better idea. Okay.
I'm sure they'll go back to Daly's place sometime this summer.
Why was Private Party drinking alcohol?
Because they party.
But why? Like, what is the reason? They didn't say anything or do anything. They just drank alcohol and ran away.
They like to party.
That's
private party. This wasn't very private, though, was it, really?
It's a public party.
Look at the Oracle of Wrestling. My God, he was he looked fired up then, didn't he? Interesting. Okay. I will proceed.
I like the dance. I like the shots dance. It's probably one of my favorite ones. I think I like it better than this one.
Yeah, it makes sense.
This shots one is more fun.
There you go. The Oracle of Wrestling with his very own rendition of one of Bob's most famous spots.
You should have seen when I was a kid and I'd come out to Taz's like WWF theme and I'd have like a towel on my head and stuff. You would pop at that.
Yeah, he's a big fan of mine. Anyway, so this match happened. We'll move past it now. Christian Cage is very mad in a promo. Jungle Boy did some acting. Leave it at that. And they're wrestling Red Dragon next week. Am I a fool or is this title change alert? Oracle, what do you think?
I think you might be right.
Sure feels feasible. Jay Shell with the fingers crossed for a Bob Fish title win. Oh my
Anything but
God.
Luchasaurus, please. Anything but Luchasaurus.
It kind of feels like if Cole's losing, it feels like Red Dragon are winning, right? Jay Shell, yes.
Also, you know why I believe this? Because who is Red Dragon currently in a feud with?
Young Bucks.
Okay. Who are the Young Bucks currently in a feud with?
FT fucking R.
Who are getting the championships next?
FT fucking R.
There you go.
You're gonna just say that every time. I'm not actually. That'd be crass. It's a family show.
A family show. I just talked about scissoring earlier.
Remember when Cash, like in the middle of Supercard 1, just freeze on it and then went,
Can I just say something? If I stood by somebody in the crowd and said "scissor me," I would have been like in handcuffs and get out of the fuck.
I think it helped that I had a lot of makeup on and I looked a lot prettier than I normally do. So they were just like, "A pretty girl, let's go."
You made it worse. What the fuck?
What?
It sounded way worse. Okay, anyway.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, do you remember when Cash threw his arm in the air and was like top fucking guys? And everyone across the world pumped their fist?
Yeah, it ruled.
God, they rule.
I gotta
Anyway,
rewatch that match again. Joe, how many times have you watched the Briscoes match?
7.
Well done.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm nuts, is what it is. Oracle, do you think we're gonna get a title change here?
Yeah, I think so. I'm thinking that's the case here. I think it's needed.
120 days to my birthday, so everybody's gonna shut up pretty soon.
Imagine how much the idea that this show could get worse is really alarming. I think, look, we all agree they're losing them soon. It's just a matter of when and who to. This does feel like you're not going to beat them and Cole within 2 days of each other to me. So we'll see. Okay. Anyway, let's move on here. Thunder Rosa and Nyla Rose are going to be wrestling at the Saturday Fight Night gimmick, which we're going to have to figure out how we're covering that. Great news. Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm shared a segment. Oracle, your thoughts?
Tony still has some work to do on the mic.
Yeah.
Jamie was great here on the mic. Yeah, I think they would have a good match. I feel like they're probably setting up for them to have like a first round tournament match here in the next few weeks once they start to get all the qualifiers out of the way. Maybe that's what came off to me.
Yeah, I think Tony's phrasing was you could meet in the tournament. I think they may do like a win each in the first round, and then they try and give it some juice, I think, maybe. This is going to be fun, though. Jay Shell, did you see this segment?
Yes, we did. We actually heard this one. We got audio after this, so we got audio for the rest of the segments after. But I love this segment. I think that this is going to be the battle of the accents. I did not say that word. Accents. Okay. And also Thunder Rosa thinks I'm pretty. That's all I wanted to say. I don't care about the Nyla Rose stuff, but Thunder Rosa thinks I'm pretty. And I am now starting my campaign to be Admission Pro Wrestling. Thank you.
Tony Storm's promo here was incredible. Because Shivani goes, "Thanks for agreeing no physicality. You could meet in the tournament." And gives the mic to Tony, and she goes, "No physicality." So she hands her like, "Well, fair. You got nothing to say, don't say it, I guess. Fair." I agree. Jamie was really good. She's really got something right. It goes without saying. All right.
Who's gonna win? Tony?
Probably, but I would. You know me. Throw a flag on the fly. Great Britain says no.
I think
Hikaru Shida, famed Jamie Hayter fan, Joe Holt, but Hikaru Shida versus Julia Hart. There are multiple things in this that I laughed at.
Hold on, she liked the Mission Pro tweet?
I mean this with actually was okay. There were signs Julia shouldn't be wrestling on TV. There are other signs that she's getting better. I think the final product was in the middle. It was okay.
Shit. Sorry.
That's fine. It was okay. Oracle, what do you think of Shida and Julia Hart?
I didn't think this match was very good. There were moments that made me laugh, like when Julia Hart winked at the camera with her good eye. And then when she kicked Griff and Pillman out, that was absolutely hilarious. there are some. It seems like there's some technique issues that Julia Hart needs to work on in terms of
Yeah.
getting up for offense and taking offense and such.
Which is fine.
She's
right? At
what,
her
20
age,
years old though?
20 years. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, she's the character stuff is kind of silly, but it does pop me like it does
Yeah.
you in shoot. So if you got that down, it's fine. The match was not very good, but right person won. I think they need to kind of wrap this Julie thing up in terms of let's figure out what they're doing here.
Seems like the Malachi stuff may circle back because she had like makeup around her.
She hadn't
eye
had that
patch.
before, has she?
No,
Okay.
which was interesting.
Listen, if she takes the eye patch off and there's like some like dark glass ball in her, it's gonna be hilarious. Yes, Jay Shell.
Many questions about this segment, match, whatever you want to fucking call it. Why does Julia still have an eye patch when Penta's fine and Pac's fine?
It's. I think they're doing the Kane thing of it being like a mental scar. I think is what it is.
What the fuck?
That's why I think because I think the idea is like she doesn't trust the blondes anymore because they failed to kind of protect her. She's kind of it's messed with her emotionally. I think
I don't.
she's
like
very
that.
young.
I want this to happen quickly.
Did you see Shoot's text to me, Chase?
No, what did he say?
Oracle, did you see this?
Yes.
He said, "LOL." She winked with her good eye.
Oh,
5
God.
seconds went, and then he said, "Or maybe she just blinked."
Jesus Christ. I have a thing about this. The undercard woman needs to be working indies and everything like that. Honestly, I don't know if it's their fault that they're not. I think that either one, they're being told to wait until Ring of Honor comes back and that's where they're going to get their reps.
Yeah.
Or two, their schedules are hard enough and they're still adjusting. I honestly, with Julia and like Velvet and everything like that, yes, they could use some reps, but I also think that Dark should be used as their reps and have actual matches instead of 2 to 5 minute squash matches, and they should be working each other and treating it like house shows. So I can't put all the blame on them.
I would also say in someone like Julia's case, she probably spends a lot of time in the night, whatever the fuck they call it, playing and on TV days. I think so. There are probably people around her that feel like she's in better hands doing that than wrestling, which you could debate, right? But like, I think we've all seen enough independent wrestling to know that there can be negatives of wrestling some of those people out there. Like, everyone's.
And when Swole did the podcast, she basically said that she was trying to get things together for the women, like seminars and things like that, and it just wasn't coming through. So I don't know. That makes me question some of the effort that's being put into the women's division on the side of management and things like that, especially when it comes to training. And I don't know why they're not. I feel like there has to be a reason that they're not booking indies like that, because why wouldn't they? Like I
would like to see. This is a genuine take of mine. Okay, I would like to see Lee Johnson and Julia Hart operating as a heel tandem in Ring of Honor.
Why did I think of that earlier too?
I think that would be a really cool challenge for both of those two as characters. Julia clearly has some personality. Not all of it comes from the screen, but like, did you see her tweet to Sheeta? Or I told Jay Oracle, did you see this? Sheeta was like, "There's no way a competitor with such little experience can beat me," and Julia just replied, "I also have one eye." There was also some controversy regarding Julia and the much discussed Lexi All Caps today. I don't know if you saw that. Very interesting. Discourse, so to speak. Look forward to that tag team run on AEW Dark this coming fall. Nonetheless, listen, man. Imagine those graphics.
Oh, God.
I think that...
In all seriousness, like...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I know that Powell don't have an app, probably knows this. But, like, you're out of your mind if you don't think that, like, the main person they've told her to offensively steal from is Alexa Bliss. You can decide if that's a good or bad idea. But, yeah, like, it's obviously what they're going for. Like, it's not... I don't think Alexa's really mad that she did Twisted Bliss. Also, now, People kick out of it, it's a different thing. Then you need to start asking for your money.
Oh God. Also, the thing with this is I think that we need to put this duty on the management less than the women wrestlers themselves, because it would be so easy to just create a partnership with Mission Pro. They already take a lot of wrestlers from there, like Highland and Renegade Twins and everything, and Ashley's a Mission Pro too.
Yeah.
I think it's just a perfect, switch out. I don't know, but I feel like that's more the management issue than the individuals.
Hey, J-Shell, we're a team here, right?
Yeah.
While I appreciate you trying to make genuine, relevant talking points, let my full, Lexi All Caps bits like set in a little bit, because otherwise, if we don't sell them, they don't go over. Okay, so I appreciate it. I understand that was a relevant talking point about wrestling, but you got to just let that kind of double down, let the people react to it.
Fuck that.
Then we go again.
About this.
Did we just bleep out your F word?
It was
no,
I think it was
really gives a fuck.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's not forcing them. I bet these women want to wrestle. They're professional wrestlers.
Basically, what you mean is, if they had like an actual affiliate, it would be a lot easier to organize such a thing rather than just having Julia Hart going to the Wild West and try and get indie bookings without any real,
She did not. She was supposed to do Reality of Wrestling, and that got canceled. But also, the thing with indie dates is it's different if you're asking Jade as opposed to asking Julia. Jade has said that one of her main things is schedule stuff. So I can understand why she might not want to do indie dates and everything like that.
Well, she's a mom, and she takes that pretty seriously. So
exactly, yeah, and that's why she turned down WWE. But yeah, Sky Blue's doing Warrior, and she's getting better. Like the more recent stars, like the more recent signings in the women's division are working more indie dates. Like AQA is still working indie dates and things like that. So
yeah, but they're more like they've been signed off the indies, Like Julia
Red
Hart.
Velvet was technically signed off the indies.
Red's 31. She's she's probably cool working TV as well. Like she's not. You know what I'm saying? She's not like she's not like a rookie. Is what I'm saying. Like she's pretty cool working TV and doing that. I mean, Julia's. I genuinely think it's probably a case of she probably feels like she's getting more from training with Dustin Rhodes or QT than she would wrestling. Insert indie name, but I get you. I do.
They're gonna fucking flame me in the chat. Do you understand how much I would kill for an Anna J. Allie Catch match right now? I would probably murder somebody. Flame me in the chat all you want, but
anyway, Oracle.
She's tiered.
I told Shoot that when Lexi All Caps comes in, we're going to rename Julia All Caps, and they're going to be the All Cap Killers. Your faults.
Oh yes.
No cap.
That's the bit. He's like,
I know, but you should make it no cap. It's funnier.
They couldn't.
Is that banana pudding?
That's mashed potatoes.
So anyway,
Allie works more than just GCW.
So the All Cap Killers are going to wrestle the Renegade Twins here coming up on AEW Dark.
Oh my god.
So anyway, Serena Deeb came out. Her and Sheeta are going to feud from now until the end of time.
I'm going to scream. Allie Catch is not a fucking bad wrestler.
You did scream. You just screamed. You said, you literally screamed, I'm going to scream. Listen. Did you see
still
that
work Sup?
Huh?
Does she still work Sup?
Work Sup?
Sup wrestling? I don't remember. I don't know.
Sup?
I should probably know that.
It sounded like you were saying, I know what you were saying, but it sounded like you were saying a phrase that Jay Shaw never heard.
Southern Underground Pro Wrestling.
Yes.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Did you see that someone on Twitter, it might have been Don't Have an I actually did it. He said that Julia's name should have a 1 in it for the I. Like, Swerve has the 3.
Swerve's, what's it called? Titan has the 3.
Yeah, I know. Direct shot. Did you see Contrarian Alex every time he sees it, tweets me about it? Piece of shit. Anyway, speaking of Swerve, he was at the Grammys and he was here on AEW Dynamite. He said, I have to go and get ready or whatever, get changed. And incredible visual of Ricky Starks going into this place like a burglar. It was really funny. He snuck in the locker room with Keith Lee. They jumped him with Hobbs, and then Keith Lee saved. great like comic book-esque visual of Keith's back when he knocked him through the wall, you know, and you just got the shot of his back, and it was fucking awesome. Really good cinematography for a wrestling show. This was fun. I like when they mess around with their execution and actually do stuff differently. Oracle, your thoughts?
I like this. Remind me of like it was obviously more serious than that, but it reminded me of like those hardcore title matches I had like when I was a kid, and like Raven would get like thrown through like 2 walls or whatever. So yeah, you know, I'm excited for the tag match. So
look at this. This is true. Why is Ben feeling he just had another 3? Jay Shaw, what did you think of this backstage segment?
I thought it was fine. I don't know. The gimmicky wall didn't really work for me.
Yeah, it's fair.
I kind of wanted to see a match between them, but it's fine. I got a Swerve match, so it was fine. You know, Swerve didn't look at me, but you know, I was looking at him, and it was an amazing experience for me. I sang the song with him. Nobody else in my section knew the song, but it's okay. But yeah.
In fairness, he wrestles on Rampage exclusively, and they play the themes on Rampage at about 25% audio for some reason. Like they're not trying to wake up the neighbors. So
that song is my shit, though.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, but Ricky's gonna get a great reception next week, and I think it's gonna possibly lead towards something babyface for him. I don't know. I might be working myself into that because that's what I want, but
working yourself into it.
I think Hobbs is more likely to turn, honestly.
No,
because they kind of cost him last week. You know, I actually really like this feud. I think it's really cool that they've just got Swerve and Keith like in the thick of things immediately.
I love that a bunch of black people are feuding with each other, and it's all my favorite black people. So it's really working for me. And I know you guys can't say that, but I'm going to say that.
Yeah, it would have been a little weird if I said that, right? Can you imagine if I just led with that?
Do you like when I just hit my mic really hard and there was like a big noise?
Do you remember when we did the awards show and Bob just beat the fuck out of his microphone? Just kicked the shit out of it. That was fun.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Mikey Ruckus should make it.
Okay.
Oh, cold shivers down my spine, man.
I've got like a 3-course meal from O'Charlie's coming very soon, so let's talk about this main event.
FTR versus the Young Bucks. Oracle, get your thoughts now in case the food arrives.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rushing there. Mostly I don't want to have like the weird doorbell rings, bling, whatever. But this was pretty great, wasn't it? They started out pretty good. You know, it was then it got like just awesome. Great sequences, great near falls, some stuff that I bet on. Dax Harwood was the hot tag of the century. I mean, just dude came off that tag and just goodness gracious.
Have you seen the way he's doing this? Like, you know, he does the jab chop thing.
Mm-hmm.
It so works with their Dax the Axe nickname for him. Like, he has this really unique style to it, right? It fucking rules, man. Yes, continue.
Well, let me say this. The Bucks, and this isn't even an Adam Cole situation. The Bucks know how to put together a match that I prefer. They just choose not to half the time. So I've seen them do it plenty of times to know that they can. It's just they don't do it frequently enough for me to appreciate them as much as other people do. Yeah, they were great here. I have no problem praising them at all. This felt like more of a match for FTR in terms of just if it highlighted them as and showed how good they could be as baby faces. I mean, these guys were getting, you know, universally praised in Boston, Massachusetts. These guys are Carolina boys. Like, that's kind of a feat in and of itself.
Dude, they wasn't that over in the buildings a month ago. They really wasn't.
Oh, I know. Because I mean, I don't know. To me, it felt like a victory for Southern wrestling because I'm a nerd in some ways because the greatest form of professional wrestling ever is frowned upon north of the Mason-Dixon line. But
Well, I just said north and not south because boy was.
but but I mean it felt cool to see like these guys who took from the Midnights and the Rock and Rolls, these famous Southern tag teams. And look, FTR obviously puts a modern twist on their wrestling.
Right.
But it just felt awesome to see that they've achieved themselves as like one of the biggest baby faces in the entire wrestling.
Yeah.
No, it felt like that, last night. Great match. Both teams were great. Long live tag team wrestling.
Actual. It was fun to see the Young Bucks working, for them anyway, restrained as heels and really having some fun with kind of playing the role of what we've seen FTR do. This is one of Tony Khan's greatest booking triumphs yet. And I think in a couple of days we're going to get another one with the Utah thing, which obviously Jay Shaw's already seen. But, I think everyone loves FTR, but a month ago they wasn't getting like huge reactions. And then our red hot as baby faces, and Oracle, they feel like one of the biggest babyface acts in the industry. The Bucks put them over big here, man. They cheated in every which way and couldn't beat them. And then, lost clean in the middle. So, match was great. Absolutely adored it. It wasn't as good as the Briscoes match, but I think you were, probably foolish to expect it to be if you did, right? It's circumstance. It is what it is. The crowd was different. The moment was different, so on and so forth. But the match was great. Jay Shell, you were there. What did you think?
Yeah, I think that judging by I'm gonna take a guess. Judging by what I felt, at least in my section, I think the two most over people were Adam Cole and FTR. Only person higher than that was fucking Tony Khan. Crowd fucking loves Tony. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh yeah. But I love this match. The way I was sitting, I was kind of sitting right behind the pole that the Bucks were at. So like every now and then I have to like kind of move my head to see a spot or something like that. But I think that this match was really strong. I liked their first match more than most people do. Right. So I already had high expectations for this. I loved all the like putting the headband in the pants stuff. I thought that was funny. The power bomb spot that Dax did, and then the pile driver thing that Cash did, that was great. I think that they choreographed the match very well. And oh yeah, I'm forgetting about Joe. Yeah, Samoa Joe was also up there as well.
It's different though. I get you, right? It's guy's debut is different.
Yeah.
Cash's timing on that foot on the rope deal. God, that was so clutch. That
was really good.
Like that spot always looks like shit. These guys have put their foot on the ropes at like 2. He did it at 2.7. It was nuts. My God, and good Lord, I was so overcome with emotion there that I began to. Anyway, match was great. Absolutely loved it. FTR red hot in the form of their lives, which is saying something considering how great they were 5 years ago.
How much did they mention the Briscoes on commentary?
They led with it. At one point, Shivani said like it was a great match. Oracle, has your food arrived?
It has.
Okay, we're gonna wrap up. But if you'd like to go and eat, you can do that because we're gonna be here for a couple more minutes. I think we all agree it was a great show, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Where are we at ratings wise? Chat, drop your rating in the
chat. Drop your rating in the comments.
Take the shit out of his Wi-Fi.
Good job, Oracle. I heard you filling in the gaps for me there. Put your rating in the chat, guys. In the meantime, I think I'm looking at an 8. I would say I'm looking at an 8. Oracle, what say you?
8.
Jay Shell, you're in the building. Your rating?
I'm gonna go 8, but that's only because Rampage was a 9 for me. I think that the FTR match was the second best match that I saw. I'm going to give that Mox Yuta match high fucking praise because it really deserves it, especially since I'm not a super huge fan of Mox in regular matches. Boy, did this shit work for me. Oh, yeah,
That was the consensus that it was the best match of the night. So we're going to be covering that tomorrow night on the Late Night Grin.
And it
Jay
was,
Show, what's that good?
yeah, it was really good. I suggest doing the meet and greet. I think it's actually really worth the money if it's good people. They announced it the day before, so check that out. But the regular show was amazing. I hope that there's good people in your section because sometimes there's neck beards that smell really bad. Oh my God, bring some perfume or some cologne or something because it does not smell good. Even outside, it does not smell good.
Professional wrestling show, you get what you get. Shout out to Bill.
Well,
too.
I had my one shower of the month last, after WrestleMania.
Shout out to Bill also, who was there. Hope you had a good night, pal. Jay Show, I'm glad to hear you did. You had a hell of a show to see. Dynamite was fun. We're going to be back tomorrow night at the Late Night Grin, latenightgrin.com. I think episode 33. We'll review Rampage to start with, and then we'll do our usual kind of horse shit. Jay Shell, I don't know if you're going to be joining us for the Rampage review, but you're obviously invited.
We'll see.
It
depends if I go to the gym or not. If I go to the gym, I'll be there.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on today's news and securing the services of Ruby Soho to announce it. Oracle, enjoy your dinner. We will see you all tomorrow night after Rampage. And in the meantime, enjoy this outro. Speak soon, folks.